Welcome students. So let us move ahead from the things that we have learned in the previous class. In the previous class we have learned how to use the if statement, and we have learned about how to use the if else. So how to give a if condition and to the else part to that particular condition. So from today children, I'm going to make use of the spider IDE. So this is a spider IDE in front of you. This is another IDE of Python. So my suggestion to you is you can go on, you know, there is no need for you to use this particular IDE. You can continue to use your old IDE, that is the idle IDE, which is the basic IDE provided by Python. So you continue to use the same children. It is absolutely the same. Whatever I'm going to type out here in this particular IDE, it is going to be exactly the same. You have to type in the same thing in your IDE as well. I'm using this particular IDE because for explanation point of view, it is a much better IDE, and I prefer to use this particular IDE. There are some advanced features as well, but children, you can continue to use your IDE that I have suggested to you. There is absolutely not a problem. Whatever code I'm going to type, the same code you're going to type in your IDE, it is going to work. So today we are going to learn, children, that is how to use the elif, if and elif. Okay, so elif is also one of the keyword in Python. So to understand about elif, let us try to come up with a program. We will try to develop a program which will give grades to the students depending on the marks that they have scored. So let me just type in some code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give grades to the students depending on certain the marks of maybe 5 subjects. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some values that will be in variable like English. So I'm going to use the word like English, and I'm going to say equal to, or you can keep it as small letter as well, no issue. And I'm going to say int and then the input. So children, you can see I'm using the same thing, but just that this is a much better IDE for explanation point of view. And I'm going to say enter the value. Okay, so or enter marks, or enter something like English marks. Okay, enter English marks. So the user is going to enter the marks in English. Okay, and then let me just copy this and paste this is one. Okay, this will be the second, this will be the third, fourth and fifth. Let me just change the name of the subject. So first was English, second I can take something like physics, and this I will make it as chemistry, and this I will make it as maths, and at the last I'm going to make this as computers. Okay, computer science, or I'll just keep it as computer. So these are the 5 subjects, children. Now we are going to take input for these 5 subjects. Okay, so what is English, physics, chemistry, maths and computer? These are simply the name of the variables. Fine. So we're going to accept some values, and we're going to store those values into these variables, and the values are basically the marks of the subject. So now I need to change the message that I need to display for the user. So this is like enter English marks, so this will be enter physics marks, and this will be chemistry marks, the chemistry marks, and this will be the maths, and this is going to be my computers. Okay, so children, now if I really want to do some calculations, we can do some calculation, we can calculate the percentage as well, but this I'm going to use this as we're going to learn about if, right, if and elif. So I'm not going to go into all that, so I will simply say uh, okay, but then if you really have to calculate the grades, so it will be based on the the percentage. So what I'm going to do is, let us just calculate the percentage. So I'm going to say something like, first let us calculate the total. So total will be, that is English, then I'm going to add plus physics plus maths plus, okay, I forgot chemistry. It's okay, I can give it over here, it will not make any difference. So that is chemistry plus computers. And please understand, in these particular variables I have used some capital letters. Okay, so you cannot use some small letters out here, because Python is case sensitive. So if I keep this as capital and I keep this as the small letter, then it is going to show me an error that it is not able to identify this particular variable. Okay, since Python is case sensitive, so you need to exactly use the same name. So this is going to give me the total, and then I can calculate the percentage as, I can simply say total divide by, uh, I can, and that is a total number of subjects, that is 5. So let me just divide that by 500, and let me just print the percentage first. Let's see everything is working fine or not. Okay, so now if I run this, let me just save this. That is elif is what we're going to learn today, and the output is going to be over here. Okay, so you can see that it is asking me for some marks. So I'm going to enter the English marks like 34, the physics marks like 56, 78, 67, and computers I'm going to give something like 80. Okay, and you can see it is giving 0.60, something that we missed out. So this is going to be into 100. Okay, so now let me just give, so if I give everything as 50, so what is going to be the percentage? The percentage is going to be 50, right? So it is working fine now. So let me just run this one more time and enter some other marks like 45, 67, 89, 90, and this as 100. Okay, and the percentage is 78.2. Okay, so I can, in fact what I can do is, I can simply just remove these zeros and just keep it as 5, and it is going to work the same way if I'm not wrong. Okay, so let me give the same values. That was, okay, that was 45, 67, 89, 90, and 100, and the output you can see is the same, 78.2 and 78.2. So simply I can just divide that by 5. Okay, so this is working now, children. So we have calculated the percentage. Now what we need to do, I'm not going to print that percentage. I'm going to say if the percentage, if it is greater than 90, okay, I'm going to give some grade. So let me define a new variable. Okay, I'm going to, before I'm going to say grade, and that will be a empty string. So you can see I've just given double quotes out here. Okay, opening and closing, and that's it. And now I'm going to give the values, that is, you can use a single quote as well. I'm going to give the value, that is grade, that is going to be A, and then I need to come outside, give a backspace, and okay, give a backspace, and then I'm going to say, I'll just copy this and paste it, and this I will say if it is greater than maybe above 80, I can keep it as B. You can define the values, children, whatever conditions you want to apply, you can apply it according to your need. Okay, and then backspace, I will say if it is greater than 70. Okay, it is okay, this should be like, greater than 80, and percentage. Now I'm using a logical operator, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so greater than 90, so this I can make it as greater than 80, and percentage less than equal to 90. Okay, so let me just explain this. So I'm applying a AND condition, which means the percentage should be greater than 80, and as well it should be less than equal to 90 if this condition gets satisfied, which means that if it is above 80 and below 90 or below, or equal to 90, this is what it means. I'm going to give the grade as B, and then I say 70, and then I'm going to say again, oh, and less than equal to 80, I'm going to give the grade as C. And at last what I'm going to do is, uh, if percentage is greater than, okay, this is like C doesn't really have that good maybe, so I'm going to give something like, okay, this make it, let us make this as B plus and this as B. Okay, these are just values, children. You can just, whatever grades you want to give, you can give it. Okay, and but still I don't think this should be A plus and this should be A, and this is B plus and B. Let us keep it that way. And then I say, and percentage, if it is less than equal to 70, I'm going to give the grade, the value to the grade as B, and that's it, children. Okay, so what I'm going to do at the last, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say print that the percentage is comma, and I'm going to display the value, that is the percentage, and then I'm going to display the value, the grade. So the grade is colon and the grade. Okay, so let us run this and see if it works fine or not. So if I run this now, and let me just give some inputs. So I'm going to give like 45, 67, 8, 56 and 90. Okay, so now you can see that it is giving me the percentage, that it is 67.2 and the grade is B. So 67 false, so that condition, let me just check the condition, what condition we applied, greater than 60. Yes, it is greater than 60, that is the percentage is 67.2, and it is less than or equal to 70, so it falls in this category, so it has displayed B. Fine. But this particular class I'm going to explain you about elif. Now what is the problem in this particular code? The problem in this particular code is, even if this condition goes true, for example, if the percentage would have been 90 plus, this particular condition would have got satisfied, and then it would have given the value, that is A plus to grade. But then again there is a next if condition, so it is going to check this condition as well, then it is going to check this condition, and at the last it is going to check even this condition. So this is like multiple checks. Even though the condition got satisfied, it is going to go ahead and check the rest of the conditions as well. And in this particular situation I cannot do something like just else. I cannot apply else to this because I have some around 4 conditions to check. So I can use the else part. If something fails or something goes false, then just do the else part. Okay, that is what else is used for. But over here I need to check multiple conditions. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to use, that is elif. Okay, just be very careful what I typed over here, elif, and this is in blue color, which indicates that this is a keyword. So elif, even and, you can see it's a keyword, and I hope that you know the working of and. We have very much worked onto this, how exactly this works, and which means that both the conditions should be satisfied. Both the conditions should be satisfied, only then this condition will become true. Okay, so I have used elif, which means that if this condition goes false, then else, if, again you can apply the condition in the else part like this. Okay, so elif, else if. Okay, so elif, check this condition, even if this goes false, then check for the next condition, and even if this goes false, then check for the last condition, and at the last you can you can give a else part as well. At the last you cannot give the else part somewhere in the middle. So if it is this, you have to follow the hierarchy. It's if there is if and else is okay, but if there is if and elif, then the else part will come at the end. So else I can simply say I can give grade like something like C, right? So anything below 60 or something is going to be C or C plus plus or C plus, I mean to say. Okay, so you can do that. Or if it is, you can apply one more condition, give it greater than 50 and 60, then give C, and then at last you can give C plus and then C, or whatever it is. Okay, so this is how you can do it, children. So I can give the else part. Now what happens is, if this condition goes true, then it is going to assign the value, that is A plus, to grade. Okay, and then it is not going to go ahead and going to check this condition. Since this condition got true, it is not going to jump and check these conditions. It is going to straight away from here, once it gives the value A plus. Okay, so the interpreter, there is a controller, we call it as, the controller is basically going to jump from here straight away to this particular statement. So from here it jumps to this, because this is the elif part. So if this goes condition, only in that case it is going to check this condition. If this second condition goes true, then it is not going to check the rest of the part. From here it will jump to here. But if this goes false, then again it will go for elif. If this goes false, then it will go to check for this. Even if this goes false, at last it is going to execute the else part. So I hope, children, that this particular code is very much clear to you. So this is how you can do it. So you need to practice, children. I'm going to give you this code. So I don't prefer to use a C as the grades. So A, B plus. So I'm going to give something like, okay, I don't know, just that I don't prefer to do that. So I'm going to give it as B at itself. Okay, so you can make some changes. Okay, so you can give any grades that you feel like, though this makes no sense, it is B and B same, but still. But my purpose was to explain you the code, how this exactly works. So I hope this is very much clear to you. So I'm going to copy this and going to give you in a PDF file. So let me just paste this. So children, please practice this. This requires a lot of practice. You cannot learn to code just by watching videos. Okay, mark my words. You cannot learn to code just by watching videos. You have to practice it. Unless and until you do not practice, okay, you will never learn to code. So this is the code that I'm giving it to you. Now you yourself need to implement this. Okay, one more thing that I forgot, be very careful about the indentation. So you can see these are the gaps, these are the indentation. Okay, which means that this particular statement comes under this if statement. Again for the elif, and you can see that elif part is with the if. Okay, so be very careful with the indentation. You need to come outside and you need to align it exactly with the if. Okay, and inside that value, the statements that we have comes under that condition, and there is an indentation over here. So be very careful about the indentation. And I told you why we have indentation is because it defines, like, this particular statement comes under this condition. So if this condition goes true, then only then this particular statement will get executed, otherwise it will not get executed. Okay, so be very careful. Again, I'm talking about the indentation. So let me just save this now, and I'm going to go to my folder, that is this one, and I'm going to name this as elif. So today, children, we have learned about the elif. Please go ahead and practice it. There might be certain few programs in the book as well. Definitely you can try them as well. Okay, so let me just save this, and again I'm going to go to file, export, and I'm going to export this as a PDF file, and this is the file that I'm going to give it to you. So go ahead, children, see the code, type it, practice it. Okay, just don't watch videos. Okay, So that's it, children. Bye for now.